Hello, my name is Sekhet, and we are playing in my as-yet unnamed modded world. So, both disappointed and happy to report that I have learned some things. I've been trying to add custom recipes to Silence with Crafttweaker, and friends, I have been failing. But what I learned is that what I may not be able to do with Silence, I can do with Thermal. I have successfully added a recipe for pewter. I would prefer that these both be in a pile, but I don't know how to do that yet. That uses iron and lead in the induction smelter. Now I want to see if I can do the same thing with the dust versions, right? So what we've been doing to try to figure this out, like we've got lead dust, okay. So let's give ourselves some lead dust. And we'll give ourselves some iron dust. And as long as you have cheats on, Crafttweaker has, or I guess if you're in creative, Crafttweaker has a command, CT hand, and it'll give you all of the tags for whatever item you have in your hand, and we want items forged dusts lead. And if we go into my little script here, this is it's a ZS file, and I just made it in Notepad. The critical thing when creating it was to put double quotes around the file name, like so, and end it with ZS. Then it says it is the actual script, and not just a text file. So if I was to take this line, right, and add it down here, we'll just change ingots to, is it dust or dusts? I already can't remember. It is dusts. Okay, so dusts iron and dusts lead, and then we save it. We go back to the game, we type reload. All of the scripts you have will reload. You gotta wait until it's done. And will be overwritten. That's fine. That's fine. Now let's see what happens when we look at a pewter ingot. All right. Okay. Oh, interesting. Now it will only take lead or iron dust. I don't hate that. But we're learning. Okay, like stuff's happened. Okay, well that's not exactly what I was looking for. Well, what I'm trying to do is get it so that you get the dust and or the ingot in this slot. I haven't figured that out yet, but this is actually very promising. I think this is going to be this. I don't know why this works so much better than Silence. Maybe it's the native integration with Crafttweaker, but this is what we're going to be doing. So we'll be adding these recipes as we come to stuff in our playthrough. Alright, we're in a new world, and now that we know that we can definitely alter recipes, we're going to be doing that as we come to them. I've got some ideas with the induction smelter, with slag. I think it's going to be cool. This thing just spawned right in front of me. I think it hates me. Okay, it's from DivineRPG. It's a desert crawler. Oh, it hurts. It hurts really bad. Let's see if we can get into the water. Yeah, okay. Crying out loud. Drop anything special? It really doesn't look like it, does it? What's this? This house is made out of food. Hello. Ehu husks, smelters, snappers, and brown grizzle. Fantastic. I've always wanted some brown grizzle. Okay, I think this savanna is gonna do. There's a village just down here. I haven't loaded it in yet. I think we're gonna build like up here. So I did a little mining. We got our first realmite ore, or realmite ore, or whatever. And I added our first ore increasing recipe with thermal and DivineRPG. It was not that hard. Just took the last one as a model. Recipe, thermal, smelter, dot add recipe, and then your outputs, one at 100%, one at 75%, comma, and then all of the ingredients. And I think we have either processing time and RF cost, or vice versa. I'm not sure which one is which. So I went on another mining expedition and added an induction smelter recipe for arlemite, so we can increase that ore. And the same for rupee. But most excitingly, I managed to remove the crafting table recipe for shadow bars. Now you can only make it with the induction smelter, so awesome. And the script I did to use that is right here. Now apparently, up where it says recipe type, never mind that asterisk, that's my hotkey to start recording. Like my understanding is that I could just replace this with crafting table, but I'm not sure if that would remove everything from modded, like the autonomous assembler, whatever it is from thermal. My understanding this is still very much cargo cult, but we're getting the desired result, it seems. I'm back in the test world here, and one of the things, yeah, okay, very good. One of the things that I seem to be learning is that if we just call this recipe machine frame, even though I have another script that removes that recipe, if we have that same recipe name there, the code will just replace it. Now, we don't want to make the machine frame out of diamond and flint. We want to lock it behind nature's aura. I think we might have done it. Yeah! Okay, you're now to make the machine frames, which are one of the basic crafting components of many thermal series machines. You're gonna need infused iron from nature's aura. Now, you don't need to make that many blocks with it, and we're gonna give you a break, I think, on the device frame. Oh, there's no such thing as a device frame in this. Okay, that's fine. What does the aqueous accumulator use? Just a gear? I feel like device frames used to be a thing, but there's so many versions of thermal I have in mind. Okay, now this will be able to use any glass from anything that has the glass tag. Oh, I could go back to my recipe. Oh, that doesn't work. I'm not used to creative either, which doesn't help. Yeah, there we go. So we got the tag in here, so it will use any kind of glass. It looks like there's a lot of DivineRPG glass. It doesn't take too long to cycle through, so it should be obvious that you can use anything. I've been taking a look at some of the stuff in DivineRPG, right? So we got this Frost Sword, which is pretty serious. And then a Frost King Sword, which I guess is a mob drop. A Glacier Sword, which I guess is a mob drop. And an Icene Sword, which doesn't even look like it has any enchantments, but 10 damage is a lot. And when you add sharpness and everything else, I think, where do we get these? Okay. Okay, so maybe these are gated behind mobs that we don't have access to. That'd be fine. Let's see if there, because we can, here's a better example. This Terran stone, we just get this as mob drops out in the world. You'd need a good amount of them, but we have a lot of ways to farm mobs in this pack. And that's a pretty oh, lamps, that's nice. And the tools here are really strong. So we may gate this recipe behind the packager in Cyclic and also gate the packager behind something else. So what we're going to do is we're going to gate Terran stone and the other kinds of stone from DivineRPG behind amber from Cyclic. Now, the amber you have to make in a solidification chamber, and to make this in this pack, you will have had to have proceeded significantly into thermal and astral sorcery, so that'll help balance that a little bit. Now, one of the things I want to do to sort of twine everything together is that, like the Eidolon stuff, once you're able to actually make the solidifier, I want you to be able to use this in place of the crucible. We're going to have a, oh, let's see if we can find one of the other ones. Like Arcane Gold is one you're probably going to want quite a bit of. But now you can do it in the solidification chamber. It's still going to be the same resources. You'll do a little bit worse in here, typically. But, you'll be able to run this from your refined storage system. Okay, I took down the iron furnace. Iron furnaces is a great mod, I love it, but we're going to take it out of the pack because I want to guide people towards engineer's decor first with these small electrical furnaces. These have got they've got great integration, so they're more efficient. Just the basic laboratory one. And then the electrical one will run off RF. Now the place we're going to get the power from is Cyclic. Cyclic's got a number of interesting generators that, and of course there's power too, but you'll need lava for that, or blaze powder. But these don't use anything of the kind, and I think I'd like to keep them in the pack. And we'll use these for, you could use thermal too, but those would take some more resources. The dynamos aren't going to be gated by Nature's Aura. You'll be able to get to the dynamos pretty much immediately. And what did it say? 4 blocks of coal. That all seems reasonable. Pistons. Okay, yeah. So this is a fine way to do this, I think. Okay, very simple, basic resources, all that you can get with an iron pickaxe. I'll also have the cyclic battery. Oh, that takes those take 16 iron, huh? Do you have 4 of those? Okay, so it's not cheap, but it's going to be available in the very early game, and it's probably what you're going to want to use. So let's go ahead and make it here. Now I think that this will transfer energy right to the battery. Exporting power. Yep, battery's taking power. And we can set up the battery to export power. I guess we'll actually want to export it to the south. And let's go ahead and make that little electric furnace. Okay, so these metal bars are just 3 iron. It's not bad. We're pushing it a little bit though. I'll have to go mining again. Okay, we had to get a little bit more iron, smelt it up. but 3 of them will give you a good amount of these metal bars. And with that, we can make our small laboratory furnace. We'll also need another metal bar and 2 hoppers. Let's see here. 2 hoppers. And you can use the quark chests. No problem there. Okay. Let's see. I guess we got upgrades. We got little arrows. Got all kinds of things. Let's see if we can figure it out. What happens? We just put some ore in there. Okay, it moves right along. Oh, that's what these little arrows mean. Okay, okay. I see. So what we should be able to do is take the furnace, have it right here. We'll put a chest atop it. Whoop, not right there. One more up. Very good. And we're going to get into pipes. We do have that in the pack, and it's going to be available like as soon as you start. We will need a little bit more iron. And these cost you a little bit up front, but all told, thinking about you get 16 of them. They're whoops, I need one more dropper. They're cheaper than hoppers, and you can upgrade them, filter, do all kinds of things. We just want to set them to extract, so we're going to make the pipe wrench here and extract from the top, extract from the side, and we'll get whatever this thing it'll take in from here, put out here, and we won't be burning coal that we don't need to burn, and everything's in pretty good shape. These batteries are no joke. They hold a good amount. Alright, Iron Furnaces is officially out, and Occultism is in. Occultism is already gated. A lag spike. Already gated by the Nether, so you'll have to get established in the Nether to get too far into Occultism. So that seems like that seems good. And that is something you'll kind of be able to rush. I don't think I'm gonna mess with Occultism too much. I may see if we can figure out how to add to it though. Alright, I horked some villagers and decided to come check out this desert. I saw the Nether portal on the map. I didn't see the Apotheosis towers. These are cool to get. The various like souped up vanilla mob boss things that Apotheosis adds, they drop gear that has fancy qualities and called affixes, and you can tool of scrapping, that's useful. You can get the affixes off of the things with books like this. This will take anything rare or weaker, and it'll copy the affix to the book. You'll lose the item, but then you can put the affix on something else. Now, these towers are dangerous. The last time I set off this TNT trap, it was all silverfish. I don't know if that's normal. But you want the books anyway, so you might as well chop down the shelves and get the TNT. It's all handy stuff. Now, what did we... Okay, a common, a couple ones. Beheading 2, cursor, okay. Who are these dudes? Uh-oh. Oh, they're never friendly when they sound like that. What is this? Desert Crawler. Lovely. Y'all just can't let a girl just, like, rob some towers. Gotta be like this. And they drop quite a bit of sandstone. They still just dropped sandstone. That's okay. Rip off this other tower. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. The extra hearts on this diamond chest plate. That is a rare affix, so we could use, we have a rare tome somewhere, I think in our backpack. This might be one, that's an uncommon. Anyway, we could get that off of there and put it onto another piece of gear. On second thought, we're not going to let anybody just rush occultism. I think that's fair. So now that we've figured out the recipes, I've added FTB Quests. I forget if I already said this, but you'll notice none of these are dependent on each other. There's going to be no gating in here. Quests should be fun, and I don't want anybody to like craft some item like way down a rabbit hole in a mod and then find out they haven't made any progress in that mod's quest line because they didn't make something that they didn't need or they didn't check one of these little boxes. I have added some checkbox quests. I originally wasn't going to, but I do have a few things to say, maybe to people who aren't super used to modded Minecraft. Like, people might want to know what JI is and how to see the recipes and uses of things, but I don't know like how to make this thing recognize that somebody's done something over in JI. And so, you know, there will be a couple checkboxes, but you'll never lose or have to repeat expensive crafting recipes because you didn't check a box. And that's what I've always found frustrating about those types of quests. But the FTB quest interface is frankly everything I was hoping Crafttweaker and or Cube.js would be. It's graphical, it's very easy. You just type a command and all of a sudden you can edit this thing. And like, let's say I wanted to make a quest for supplementaries. And we'll make it, well, what about an advance? I don't know what I want to make a quest for now. Okay, I got it. Let's say we want to make a quest for killing Goblin. And you're like, I'm just clicking around here. Like, this is incredible. Click on this. Let's see. Like, look at how easy this is. It's absolutely incredible. That grass tried to murder me. Okay, so there's the title of the quest. See, you can click on this. We can add a subtitle. Block is safe. And that'll appear as the subtitle. We can go back in. We can add some text, like if I want to add a line break. I'll just hit enter. I learned that. That's pretty useful. You were just walking along peacefully. Definitely not killing any cows. And the grass tried to kill you. We'll put in a line break, and we'll put in some more text. It's called, what do they call? Goblins, that's right. It's called a goblin. Proper noun there. It didn't really just appear next to you. Just appear next to you. And get homicidal for no reason. You stepped on it. You stepped on it, is what happened. I would be mad if you stepped on me too. There we go. And now we can add a reward. All kinds of rewards. I'm sticking to specific ones right now. I haven't even checked out all those options. I don't know what they all do. But let's, it drops shards, so we'll give you some shards. right click on this, edit. I don't know, random bonus. What happens if we do it like this? Inventory has that item, doesn't give it. No. Does that make it? Okay, yeah, that's how you get the, so whatever you put in this random field, random bonus field, it will add that integer to this integer, and that will be the maximum that you can get. Um, this is so easy to use. I can't say enough good things about this. Now it occurred to me that I was having because we have Quark in the pack, and we're going to make it so that we're going to leave it so that it generates andesite only in savannas, and you can only find well, that's not right. Andesite is forest, diorite is savannas, but you know what I mean. I also realized that since we have thermal, we don't need Pawa anymore. So what I did was I took Pawa out and I added random CobbleGen. You'll now, for instance, be able to make a stone generator and have a chance of getting granite out of it, in addition to diorite, andesite. And then I added the quark blocks and Astral Sorcery marbles. So you'll be able to just set up a CobbleGen and some different things that can help you gather all these resources without having to create a ridiculously huge save file for your world because you have to wander around all over the place looking for blocks. We're going to do the same thing with a lot of mods. I mean, not in a cobblestone generator. We'll use something else for that. Okay, I've been at this basically all day. We've got a number of quest lines, not all of them even close to finished, although I think Nature's Aura, Thermal, Eidolon, Astral, and Occultism are about what we're going to see. There's not a lot of quests, right? They're just here to point you in the general direction of what you want to do with the mods, or they're gonna like the Trinkets, Curios, and Baubles is gonna show you a lot of specific things that you may be interested in using. You might not necessarily know about. Like I've been using Cyclic for years. I didn't never really looked at all these things. But you'll probably get a little something for most of them at least. And not great somethings, but interesting somethings. Ars Nouveau, I'm still torn on whether we're going to change most of the gold in the recipes to arcane gold. I'm leaning towards, yeah, we're going to do that. Okay, good news. The enchanting apparatus Crafttweaker support is very intuitive. Here's a syntax, like this is all the same. You just remove the recipe. And then one of these, and then here's your recipe name, your result. This next item here is your reagent. That's what you stick in the actual enchanting apparatus. And these, up to 8, are what you put on the pedestal. So that's going to make it really easy for us to make interesting ways to get the spawn eggs for Alex's mobs. Okay, it's now several days later. We got the questline basics. Pretty much everything that I'm going to do a questline for, except DivineRPG, because I don't even really know how that works yet. That's going to have to be a work in progress. But as for the rest of it, we've got a bunch of quests that are kind of two types. They either, like some of the ones for the mods specifically, like show you the kinds of things that you're gonna need to progress in the pack, where we have the food one, which is actually still kind of a work in progress now that I look at it, and this early technology, and the trinkets, which are just, this one needs some more work too. which are just lists of interesting stuff in the pack that you might want to make. Now, I think at this point that the next thing to do, finally, I don't think I'm jumping the gun this time, is to go back to the LP world and start playtesting this in a meaningful way. If it looks like it's going to work, maybe figure out how to release it on CurseForge. But a playthrough will have to wait for another episode. Thanks so much for watching. I know this has not been the normal kind of content, and just want you to know that I appreciate you coming with me on this little journey of learning the basics of mod pack making. So thanks so much. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.